Hi everyone, Comic Mike here with another video, and today we're gonna look back into a series that I call the Forgotten Titles of the Bronze Age. These are titles that came out in the 70s and in most cases didn't run very many issues and were canceled. It was either due to the DC implosion, cost-cutting measures, or low sales. This one fell into that category. Um, there was so many titles that came out. I already did a few. Uh, in- if you are interested in looking at some of those, look back in the previous videos. I would like to say, if you want to see this video, look here or check out this video, but I still don't know how to do that yet. So sorry for the low production value, but I will get there and I will be able to do that. But if you are interested in other DC Bronze Age titles that are forgotten, just go into my channel and look at the previous videos, and I'm sure there might be something you will like. So today's title we're going to look at is The Stalker from 1975. Now, The Stalker only ran 4 issues, all 4 covers and interiors. They're all Paul Levitt stories. They're all Steve Ditko and Wally Wood. Steve Ditko with the pencils, Wally Wood with the inks, and both Steve Ditko and Wally Wood did the covers. That's why all 4 covers are really nice. And we'll look at number 1. Really cool cover. Sorry for the glare. I mean, basically, the Stalker, he's a young warrior seeking immortality and challenges and defeats the demon lord Dugirth, winning immortality but losing his soul. And he realized that as he continued journeys and continued to fight other demons and monsters, his power grew greater, but he also started to resemble the demon that he defeated. So he realized that he was becoming more on the evil side. So he's like a hero, anti-hero. I read only the first 2 issues. They're pretty good. They're worth reading. Um, I'll get to the other 2 issues probably later on the weekend. This is issue number 2. Here we have issue number 3. I mean, if you like these kind of sword and sorcery kind of storylines, DC did come out with quite a few in the 70s. These are worth checking out, not just for the stories, also for if you're into the good art, Steve Ditko and Wally Wood. This is issue number 4. Now, issue number 4, it does have a 2-page ad for Tarzan in this book, and it's good Joe Kubert art in it. Now, Stalker after this disappeared for a long time, resurfaced in a series that DC called Who's Who in the mid 1980s. I believe it was 85 to 87, around that time. And it was basically just a title that they created for to give everybody like an idea who are all the characters in the DC universe at the time, and who they are, their first appearances, origin stories. They're worth. I used to have those when I first started collecting in the mid 80s, and I think the first few issues, and I don't have them anymore. But I think I'm actually gonna look into buying those back, probably just for references for other characters that I might be interested in buying, especially if they're characters that are forgotten, because unless somebody puts it in front of your face, no one even knows who they are. Um, he then made a reappearance in Vertigo Sandman number 52 and number 56 in 1993. Then later in 1996, Swamp Thing 163. And in 1999, he came back in All-Star Comics #1 in a story set in 1945 versus the Justice Society of America. And this iteration of him is actually a lot more powerful than he was because he keeps gaining power over time. He's a really interesting character. He's the type of character that you can't really make a movie on him. He's more like I think it would be good like a Netflix series because there's lots of story and you cannot do a character like this in like a 2 hour movie or a 1 hour and a half movie. Um, Most people never heard of this character. He's interesting. He's also a kind of character that maybe like a guy like James Gunn would probably like pick out of the past and try to reinvent him because he seems to be pretty good at taking characters from the past that at one point no one really cared about and turning them into really great characters that everybody enjoys. I mean, he did it with Peacemaker because, before he did Peacemaker, like who was really buying Peacemaker books? So he's pretty good at that. So he probably would be very good at that. As for this series, these are not expensive books. I mean, you can pick them up. I mean, I picked up the whole set of four. I mean, I picked them up for probably 20, 25 bucks because mine are all in a high grade. So I've seen them less, I've seen them more, but if you're looking to save on shipping, you do what I do and you try and find a seller that sells a whole lot. That's something that I always do whenever I'm purchasing these Bronze Age titles. And in the future, I do have more of these Bronze Age series, the Forgotten series coming. Um, I hope you guys do enjoy them. I know they're not mainstream books, but I like to look at mainstream, and I also like to look at the books that no one cares about. These, I consider them flip books. I've used that term before, where I explained to what my version of what a flip book is when people are flipping through bins of comics, they just flip through these ones here, and most people will not, bother to take a look at them or pick them up, except for a guy like me who likes to buy, things that most people don't care about. Um, as for the Stalker, I read the first two issues. They're pretty good. I'm gonna read the next two. So I mean, if you're interested, take a look, see if you can pick them up at a very inexpensive price. And you never know, this character could turn out to be something because he does have the potential. It's just a question of who's the person that's going to be in charge of promoting this character. So that's it for this video. If you like the content, please like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video.